Welcome to a multiverse of imagination. As we rewrite the stories you thought you knew.
Part 2. Hell on Earth. The town of Transia lay in ruins as Captain America, Iron Man, Wasp, and Victorious faced off against the Crimson Mage and her demonic horde. A once peaceful town now echoing with the sounds of combat. The battle raged on with the heroes being gradually pushed back on the brink of defeat. And realizing the odds were against them, they retreated to an old home, taking cover while the relentless wave after wave of monstrous enemies pursued. Amid the onslaught, Captain America, Wasp, and Victorious strategically fired back from within the building, each using their various firearms, while Iron Man, utilizing his amulet of power, conjured magical bolts of energy to try to push back the demonic forces. The Crimson Mage, undeterred, led the charge, her dark power casting ominous shadows on the house. After what seemed like an eternity of fighting, the relentless onslaught ceased momentarily as the heroes within heard the Crimson Mage shout out,
"Surrender now, Avengers. Your futile resistance only brings destruction. You are outnumbered and outpowered. There is no escape. You have until sunset to decide your fate."
The Crimson Mage's voice echoed, taunting the heroes from outside.
"Captain,"
Iron Man spoke up.
"I have faced this witch once before. In order to defeat her previously, I needed to use all the power of the amulet I had. It sent her away to that void, but it left me a lifeless husk until I was reawakened by that enemy, Viper."
Despite the severe consequences it had on him, it was clear Iron Man was willing to repeat the act if it meant saving his friends. The heroes engaged in a heated debate about whether to face the Crimson Mage head-on or seek an alternative. Wasp sided with Iron Man, acknowledging the grim reality but emphasizing that it might be their only option. Captain America, haunted by the loss of his squad which led him to donning his mask, refused to accept failing another friend and ally. Victorious, trying to be the voice of reason, pointed out that the gate was already destroyed. There was no reason to stay, and urged them to run.
"You're our field commander, Cap.
Wasp spoke up.
This decision falls upon you."
Given the gravity of the decision, Captain America excused himself for a moment to contemplate. While walking the house, he encountered a frightened family in the basement. Despite the language barrier, Captain Barton could see they feared for their lives and the lives of their children. Cap knelt down to them, placed a hand on the father's shoulder. Though they could not understand his words, Cap did still try to offer comfort. Seeing him as a protector and good person, the youngest child, the family's boy of no more than 6 years old, approached Captain Barton and handed him a set of keys. He said something that was lost in translation, but Clint was able to discern the meaning. The child is offering him the family car in hopes Cap and his friends can get free. This act of kindness and sacrifice sparked an idea in Captain America's head, a very daring idea. Returning to his allies, Captain America shares the family's presence and unveils his plan. As sunset approaches, the Crimson Mage demands an answer. In a surprise move, Captain America and Victorious burst out the side door of the house, creating a barrage of cover fire. Utilizing the distraction, Iron Man and Wasp rush the family into the van, and Iron Man leaps on the roof of the vehicle. Cap and Victorious quickly load in as well, while Iron Man creates a magical barrier shielding the occupants. Wasp puts the family vehicle into gear and they speed away, outrunning the Crimson Mage and the demonic horde. Hours later, Iron Man, now in the vehicle, rests. Using as much magic as he has in such a short time has drained his amulet, and it now needs time to recharge. When suddenly, a high-tech aerial craft blazes above their heads. Wasp immediately brings the car to a halt as the craft hovers to land in front of the old van. The back hatch of the aircraft descends, the lights inside blinding the eyes of those in the road-faring vehicle. As their vision adjusts to the new light source, they see a man make his way down the ramp. Tall, dark-skinned, and clad in a uniform almost identical to Wasp's. The only difference is his attire is a dark gray and red. Cap notices Wasp sigh in both relief and annoyance as the man approaches her window. He knocks on her window and proceeds to mimic a circular motion, indicating he wants her to roll down. Wasp hesitantly obliges.
Noriko,
Or is it still Wasp while in the field?
The man clad in gray and crimson asked her. The tone in his voice indicated that he and Wasp had a history.
Bishop?
She nodded and replied.
To what do I owe the pleasure of a visit from such a high-ranking member of X-Force?
You could hear the disdain and annoyance in her words.
After all, I thought I was excommunicated after the Viper incident.
Oh, you know how we are. We're always keeping eyes on everyone. In fact, we saw you and your friends have been world hopping, trying to stop whatever is going on, and failing from the looks of it.
His reply sounded both cocky and angry at the same time, a tone that Captain America had not heard since his days as an Army Ranger.
Yeah, things haven't been exactly going our way.
Her response carried the weight of defeat and regret on it.
What if I told you we have something to help y'all turn the tide?
Bishop leaned on the driver's side door, his elbows and forearms laying on the open window. Captain America had seen rhetoric like this in the past and interjected.
Government types don't give out help liberally like that. What's the catch?
Oh, nothing right now.
He sneered.
But we will need a favor from you Avengers in the future.
His smile was eerie and unsettling. When he did so, his golden tooth glimmered in the lights from the bottom of his aircraft. The four heroes looked at each other, and hesitantly all came to the same agreement. Cap then turned to Bishop.
You have a deal, but we also want you to make sure you get these people to safety.
Oh, of course.
Bishop said. He then spoke to the scared family in their own language. The heroes did not know what he said, but he saw the parents sigh with relief. The heroes then exited the car.
Thunderbird,
Bishop called out to another member of X-Force still on the plane.
would you kindly drive these folks someplace safe? Take them to Safe House MVL 19.84.
Sir, yes, sir.
The one known as Thunderbird ran down the ramp of the plane and entered the bay. Like Bishop and Wasp, he wore a similar uniform, with the colors of green and white. The four heroes then boarded the plane. The jet began to descend in upstate New York. In fact, it begins descending into a mountain range. Cap, Victorious, and Iron Man naturally look concerned, but Wasp assures him that all will be fine. And before the heroes can rebuttal, the jet flies through a holographic mountain, revealing the secret X-Force facility hidden behind. Once on the ground, Bishop orders two other members of X-Force to guide the heroes to a conference room. Wasp tells Captain America they are codenamed Havoc and Cannonball, two of X-Force's heavy hitters. Inside the conference room, they join the other heroes, each grappling with their own losses. Spider-Man meditates. Daredevil cries, feeling she failed as a field commander, while Venom consoles her. And Hulk, Ant-Man, and Black Knight make repairs to their respective armors. The remaining X-Men, Angel, Beast, Cyclops, and Phoenix, sit alone, somber in their defeat. And Thor sits in the corner, staring at Quicksilver's revolvers, his eyes memorizing every detail on the gunslinger's trusty iron. Captain America uses this opportunity to try to get a debrief from everyone. Black Knight recounts the failed mission in New York. He does his best to ensure no one was at fault, but Daredevil doesn't feel that way. Angel describes the tragic events at the island near India, as well as Hydra being even more powerful than before, and Spider-Man reveals incidents in Mexico and the loss of Quicksilver at the hands of Astaroth. Bishop then enters the room, revealing that his asset, who could turn the tide, would only speak to Captain America. Without even discussing it, Captain America agrees, and Bishop guides him to the asset. Meanwhile, as the night draped over the towering Christ the Redeemer statue in Brazil like a cloak of shadows, as Astaroth, Zarathos, and the Crimson Mage converged to meet Samael at the sacred site. The air carried an otherworldly tension, a palpable anticipation of the dark ritual about to unfold. As they gathered, the ominous silhouette of a colossal statue loomed overhead, its outstretched arms seeming to bear witness to the impending malevolence. Samael, the rogue angel, emerged from the shadows, his sinister presence casting an eerie glow on the ancient stones. His voice, a whisper carried by the wind, cut through the night as he declared that the final gate lay below. The trio of malevolent allies exchanged glances, knowing that their journey had led them to this pivotal moment. The stillness shattered with the haunting sound of leathery wings, and Samael turned to witness Hydra's arrival, carrying Iceman in its clutches. The bound figure struggled against the demonic hold, an unfortunate pawn in the unfolding drama. A cruel smile played on Samael's lips as he remarked, "Ah, here comes our sacrifice now." The words hung in the air, a chilling confirmation that the dire ritual required a life, and Iceman unwittingly became the key to unleash the forces they stalked. As Hydra presented Iceman to the unholy trinity, the scene beneath Christ the Redeemer took an ominous aura. The malevolent figures gathered, ready to enact their dark designs upon the world, with Iceman the unwilling sacrifice held at the center of the impending infernal ritual. The shadows deepened, and the fate of the final gate hung in the balance, poised on the edge of unspeakable darkness. Bishop led Captain America into a dimly lit room, featuring only a table, a chair, and a darkened window. As the door closed behind him, the window illuminated, revealing an all too familiar face.
Captain Barton, always a pleasure. Don't you agree?
Viper, the very man that tried to have Barton killed, was seated across from Cap, handcuffed and seemingly unfazed by the situation. Captain America's muscles tensed as he rose to his feet, a steely resolve etching across his features. Realizing he had no other choice, he reserved himself to having a dialogue with his foe.
Cut the formalities, Viper. We've got more important matters.
Seated once more, the room held a tense silence before Viper delved into the heart of the celestial chaos.
You know, Captain,
The manipulative ex-CIA agent continued.
there's a symphony of voices beyond our comprehension. The celestial chatter, the whispers of demons and a rogue angel.
Captain America's eyes narrowed, skepticism lingering.
What's your angle here, Viper?
Viper leaned in, his tone measured.
I've pierced the veil, Barton, courtesy of the Amulet of Power. It granted me access to their conversations, their plans.
Captain America held his response. He wanted to know where this was leading.
I know where the final gate is.
Captain America leaned back, absorbing the weight of Viper's revelation.
So, you're offering a solution?
Exactly. But every deal has its terms.
The room hung on Viper's words as he presented his condition.
I reveal the location, and you take me along. Simple, isn't it?
Captain America's jaw clenched, torn between the urgency of their predicament and the unpredictability of Viper's motives.
You expect me to trust you?
Trust is a luxury, Captain. Consider it a necessary gamble.
Captain America's gaze lingered on Viper, uncertainty clouding his expression.
I need time to think.
Viper leaned back, a sly smile playing on his lips.
Time is of the essence, Captain. Make your choice wisely.
The room held a heavy silence, and the fate of worlds resting on the edge of Captain America's decision. Exiting the room, Captain America engaged in a heated discussion with Bishop, who admittedly refused to allow Viper to join their mission. In a diplomatic act, Cap nodded in apparent agreement, concealing his true intentions, and returned to the conference room where his allies awaited. Instructing Daredevil to create a magical bubble ensuring privacy, Captain America disclosed the critical information about Viper and his conditions. Acknowledging Bishop's resistance, Cap proposed an audacious plan, breaking Viper out to secure the vital details he possessed. United in their cause, the heroes collaborated on an intricate plan to liberate Viper from the incarceration, using a combination of technological expertise from Hulk and Black Knight, strategic insights from Venom, and stealth skills from Spider-Man. They infiltrated the X-Force penal facility. With precision and coordination, the heroes overcame security measures, avoiding patrols and surveillance systems. Ant-Man's previous experience as a scientist at this facility, as well as his enhanced bug-like senses, played a crucial role in navigating the shadows. Once reaching Viper's confinement, Thor produced a small electrical burst to swiftly disable the restraints, ensuring minimal disturbance. Having successfully freed Viper, the heroes regrouped with Wasp and the others, who had discreetly acquired one of X-Force's cargo planes. Boarding the aircraft with their unexpected ally, they embarked on a daring escape, soaring into the night sky, leaving the X-Force facility behind. The atmosphere inside the plane was tense yet determined, as the heroes, now including the enigmatic Viper, prepared to face the demonic threat and uncover the mystery surrounding the final gate. Over Christ the Redeemer, they engage in a final battle. Amidst the chaotic clashes between heroes and demonic adversaries, the very fabric of reality seemed to tremble under the malevolent forces at play. Zarathos, surrounded by his formidable Blackhearts, clashed with Daredevil, Phoenix, and Victorious. Air crackled with magical energy as Daredevil's mystical bolts intertwined with Phoenix pyrokinetic onslaught, creating a spellbinding spectacle. Synchronized effort, Victorious weaved through the shadows, striking precise blows that played a crucial role in banishing Zarathos and his Blackhearts from the mortal realm. Simultaneously as the battle raged on, Samael, desperate to complete the ritual and unleash his master Satanish, intensified his efforts to break open the gate connecting the realms. The air crackled with dark energy and an ominous rift appeared, revealing glimpses of Satanish's infernal domain. Despite Satanish's physical absence, his presence manifested through eerie whispers that echoed through the minds of every hero on the battlefield. The whispers carried promises of unimaginable power, tempting some to break of their resolve. Thor, Black Knight, and Spider-Man found themselves locked in a climactic showdown with the demonic adversary Astaroth. The air crackled with tension as Black Knight's energy sword sliced through the shadows, severing Astaroth's right arm, left leg, and left eye. The battlefield became a canvas of swirling energy and chaotic clashes, each hero contributing to the debilitating blows that marked the turning tide against the formidable foe. On another front, Hydra, the monstrous adversary, faced the combined mights of Cyclops, Venom, and Beast. The battlefield echoed with the thunderous claps of Cyclops' massive fists, the deadly precision of Venom's toxic blasts, and the agile finesse of Beast and his wolves dancing through the chaos. Working in unison, the heroes subdued Hydra, bringing a temporary halt to its relentless assault on their comrades. As Samael pressed harder to breach the final gate, the very ground beneath the Christ the Redeemer shook, and spectral illusions of Satanish's minions materialized, attacking heroes from all sides. These phantoms, driven by the will of their infernal master, added an extra layer of chaos to the already intense battle. The Crimson Mage, a formidable wielder of dark magic, found herself entangled in a battle against Iron Man, Ant-Man, Hulk, and Wasp. Amidst the flashes of Iron Man's magical manipulation and Hulk's energy blasts, Ant-Man and Wasp cleverly employed an anti-magic device. The device created through their ingenuity disrupted the Crimson Mage's magical defenses, rendering her vulnerable to the relentless onslaughts. In a collaborative effort, the heroes defeated the Crimson Mage, neutralizing her threat to the unfolding conflict. Satanish's influence continued to seep, attempting to disrupt connection between realms. The heroes, now grappling with both tangible foes and intangible corruption of Satanish's whispers, fought valiantly to maintain their focus and prevent the complete unhinging of the gates. In this heightened state of conflict, the heroes faced not only the immediate physical threat, but also the looming specter of Satanish's impending release. The stakes were raised and the battle against Samael became a race against time to thwart the arrival of the ancient demonic entity. The air itself seemed charged with malevolence that transcended the physical plane, as the heroes fought on two fronts, against the forces before them and the ominous presence that sought to breach the final gate and plunge the world into darkness. In the most crucial confrontation of all, Samael, the Rogue Angel, faced the combined forces of Captain America, Viper, and Angel. The clash between celestial beings unfolded with celestial resonance, as Captain America was able to deflect the darkened blade of Samael. Viper, with his cutting agility, darted through the chaos, distracting Samael and providing crucial openings for his new allies. Yet it was Angel, fueled by unwavering determination, who emerged as the harbinger of Samael's demise. With a swift and calculated thrust, Angel ran her spear through Samael's heart, bringing an end to the Rogue Angel's malevolent presence and shifting the balance of the entire battle. Phoenix quickly rushed to his brother Iceman to undo his bonds, but before the two could even embrace, a shockwave erupts from Samael's body, sending everyone sprawling and rendering them unconscious. Captain America, the first to awaken, found Bishop standing over him, and the others all surrounded by X-Force. When raised to his feet, he quickly assessed his allies, but noticed immediately the enigmatic Viper was nowhere in sight. Bishop, with a stern expression, subtly signals Cap to play along as the cuffs tighten around their wrists. Captain America shoots a questioning glance at Bishop. Bishop leans in, whispering,
I've uncovered something deeper at play. There has been a lot of shady stuff going on. Viper escaping and getting the Talisman of Power. This incident with the gates, and now Viper escaping again. These all can't be random. They have to be orchestrated. I think there's a puppet master within X-Force pulling strings, and I need you to dig into this. Find out who's manipulating the situation from within.
Captain America has a minor pause, then gave a subtle nod of understanding and replied,
We'll get to the bottom of this, but why let us go?
Bishop glanced around, ensuring no one overhears.
I can't openly defy orders, but I trust you to uncover the truth. Consider this a temporary escape. Go underground, investigate, and expose the puppet master. The fate of worlds might depend on it.
As X-Force agents lead the heroes away, the tension is palpable. The heroes exchange knowing looks, realizing the gravity of the situation. Bishop nods to Thunderbird, who in turn gives a slight nod of understanding as he guides the heroes into the back of a prison ship. In the shadows, Bishop watches the vessel leave, a conflicted expression on his face. He mutters to himself,
I've placed my trust in you, Avengers. Uncover the truth and may it lead us to victory.
Once out of sight, their shackles became undone. Thunderbird asks Captain America to punch him to make the escape more believable. Cap hesitantly agreed, and after the punch, Thunderbird straps a parachute and leaps away, while Wasp pilots the ship to a safe distance. The heroes, now fugitive, embark on a covert mission to unveil the puppet master behind the Viper's orchestrated escape, setting the stage for a new chapter in their battle against the looming darkness. But that is a story for another day. What's up, gang? Dragonus Prime coming back at you from my dungeon, and this right here is the climactic conclusion for Secret Wars. What did you guys think? Did you guys like it? Did you guys hate it? Were you excited by it? Drop some likes and some comments below. Let me know. Let's start talking about this. What characters do you want to see come out of that? Are you looking forward to the breadcrumbs that I dropped at the end? Ooh. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. I'm doing this at the end of the video because I've got a new intro. Did you guys like that? Let me know what you thought of that below. I threw that together real quick. I had a lot of fun putting it together. I thought it was a neat little on-point thing for us. But anyway, though, guys, thanks for checking out my video. I'm so glad you're here. I hope you really liked Secret Wars. I really had a lot of fun putting this together. This was really cool. I really wanted to get a really evolved story compared to what I was previously doing. I'm trying to continuously build my writing as I go. And I think this one really hit the mark. Did you guys like the different voice acting? The only character in this story that was voiced by me was Samael. Everything else had a different voice to help give that radio drama feel too, which I love listening to, like radio dramas. I'm a nerd, what can I say? I had a lot of fun drawing it. Again, this was like another 12, 13 hour drawing, just like the last one. But man, I think it really turned out great. And yeah, we got Viper on that cover. First time a villain makes the cover. So that might not be the last time either. So make sure you guys tune in and check out. Just give you a heads up, since this is the end of Phase 2, I am going to kind of put a pause on Phase 2 for a little bit, just to kind of give it some time to breathe, give other fans time to catch up that are not trying to constantly catch up. So I'm going to give it a couple of months to give it time to ruminate and catch up. I do have another fun video coming out in the next couple of weeks. It's actually a request from a friend of mine who owns a really great toy shop. If you're in the Indianapolis area, check out Faraday Toys. He has an amazing shop and he's an amazing guy, and he's extremely knowledgeable in toys. So make sure you check that out. I got a link in the description below too if you just want to shop for him online. So I've got a piece for him coming out next week. And then after that, I've got a 6-part series that I'm working on. It's just going to be 6 parts, but it involves some real American heroes, if you get my drift. But other than that, I will see you guys in 2 weeks. Thanks for checking out. Like I said, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and see you in the funny pages.